derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp 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 derpity derp derp derp
Warning. The following podcast was recorded by two idiots. It contains vulgar language, vulgar ideas, and poop jokes. If any of this offends you, blow it out your ass.
Son of a bitch bastard!
Let's start this again, shall we? Jesus Christ.
You're fucking retarded.
Hey, Pickle-Licker, want to play the right intro?
One more time!
Are you ready? It's Sunday, so you know what that means. New episode of Let Us Cast. I am Andrew. With me, as always, is Bruce.
Hey, better late than never, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we're having some tech issues. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird.
Like for one thing, like we record on Audacity, and it started off. It was just having like a lot of background noise in the back. Like it was like trying to record off my microphone and the microphone of my webcam, and then usually just close out of Audacity, load it back up. It's fine. So this time, I do that. Then I try recording. It's nothing. It's just fucking dead radio.
God damn, the thing went heel.
God damn. Killed it like Vince killed the fucking wrestling business. Fucking bastards. Anyways, so.
Oh, man.
So
But we're
tried doing
here.
that a couple of times. Nothing was working. Bruce wasn't hearing me. Yeah, so you weren't hearing me, and it was just a fucking abysmal. So I was like, all right, let me restart. This laptop's a piece of shit. It's going to take about 5 minutes or so. And sure enough, it took about, 7-ish?
Something like that. I wasn't counting. I was trying to get something else to work on my end of things here, because I was having trouble with my Roland account, which is a whole separate can of bees.
Yeah.
So
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay, let's roll with it. Anyway. So if you're watching this live on YouTube, yeah, sorry, we're a little bit late.
yeah.
But,
Sorry for like the 15-minute intro, but
Yeah.
And now you're a
I
little
think
bit
we lost him
delayed,
after,
which
like,
kind of sucks,
5.
but
Well, I can't really help that right now. So.
no, I'm sure it'll get better. It'll just take some time. We'll roll with the punches, man. Just roll with the punches.
Can't do that, man. We get knocked out.
True. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, as Mike Tyson would say. Bam.
Yep.
So anyway, how you
So you
been
been-
apart from fighting with piece of shit technology?
Fighting with piece of shit technology, fighting with piece of shit myself. It's just fighting all around.
Them's fighting words. Oh man.
That's what I need. Just like the worst like Mickey trainer of all time. One that's just like brutally honest. It's just like it's not like it's just having him sit beside me. He's like, "You're gonna eat McDonald's and fucking hate yourself."
Yeah, bum.
Yeah, bum.
Just get Chris.
Yeah, I'll get Chris. He's cheap enough.
And he says you bum a lot, so it's perfect.
Well, yeah. You know what the weird thing is, man? Like if I took him to like a single A game, he wouldn't heckle. If I took him to a major league game, he wouldn't heckle. It was just triple A.
That's hilarious.
Because he's
I
like,
wonder
these are
why.
the guys. From what I remember, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but fuck it, we'll roll with the punches, as we were saying. He was saying the guys in he's like the guys in single A and double A, like they're trying to advance. Like these aren't like major league guys that were just sent down for like rehab or just because they suck or something like that. Like these are the guys that are making their way up. He's like, I can't fucking heckle somebody for trying like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's like, AAA though. There's a big story there. All right.
Well, yeah, because those guys are trying to make it to the big league, so you kind of expect more out of them because they're trying to like show off to get to the next level of their career.
Those guys are a step away from getting to the majors.
Right.
They're either like a step away from the majors or they're signed to big contracts and they're fucking not going anywhere. A la Rusney Castillo, who just signed with a team in Japan a couple of weeks ago. I told
Good
Chris,
luck, Japan.
I was like, dude, look, if I won fucking Powerball, like you and me would be going to fucking Japan right now to fucking heckle them.
Bring Chris along. Rosny, I followed you to Japan, you bum.
I can just only imagine.
You
like,
would
what
probably
he-
just like go home crying at that point. Like, oh Jesus Christ, I cannot escape this kid. Oh.
Yeah.
I'd almost feel bad for him. I mean, you beat a man that's down. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Like some of these guys, like they did nothing wrong other than they just had a name that he could just goof on.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was one pitcher for I'll say it was like Rochester or something like that. His last name was like Shibuya.
Shibuya.
And like Chris
Shibuya.
jumped on. Like as soon as Chris saw him coming to the game, he's like, Shibuya.
Oh man.
Same thing with Yandy Diaz. He would heckle Yandy Diaz.
Oh,
because
Yandy, yeah. Yeah. Yandy. Oh man. Good shit.
That was fucking great, man. I really gotta ask him about this. I can't remember. There was one player. I want to say again it was Rochester Red Wings or something like that. Like there was one player. I can't fucking remember this name, but dude, he was just fucking brutal with him.
Oh shit. He is like a world-class heckler, I gotta say. Like Chris's profession should be professional heckler.
Like, dude, if I had the money and I had a professional sports team, like it would be built into everybody's contract. Like, look, this guy's gonna be sitting in center field with a microphone, and he's gonna heckle the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to get used to it because this is what you can expect from here on out.
Like, look, if you're on the visiting team, yeah, he's gonna heckle the fuck out of you. If you're on the home team, and you're in a big bad fucking slump, and we're paying you a shit ton of money to not fucking suck at baseball, yeah, he's gonna heckle the fuck out of you.
Or if you have a funny name,
Oh, if you got a funny name, like forget it. There's no
all
getting around
bets are off. Oh man.
Like if your name was like Rob Pinkerton or something like that, he'd be like, "Two in the pink, you bum."
Two in the pink, you stink.
Pinkerton.
See, personally, I think of Pinkerton. I think of the Weezer album, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean that's. You'd also look at that guy and just be like, he starts like crying to you, like he's just not leaving me alone. It's like, well, then maybe you should hit over 300, you bastard.
Oh, fucking A, man. I just tried to drink an empty cup. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. I believe that. I got 2 mugs over here. One for water, one for coffee. I went for coffee, forgetting it was empty. What a dullard.
You got 2 mugs?
Yeah, man. I double fisted, bro.
Yeah, they really tie the Zen den together, man.
They do. No, man. I gotta have my coffee, so because I go into an afternoon slump, and then at that point it's like I'm fucked. So I need some coffee to kind of boost me up for the podcast, and then water because I get parched.
I do as well. I got drinks. I'm good.
Oh,
Let's
man.
make it a month, you motherfucker. Here, I gotta show you this. I was tempted to send this to you, but I was like, fuck. I don't even know if he would want this. I don't even know if he would fucking like laugh about it or whatnot. But hang on a sec.
All right.
Shit, goddamn bag. So I went with a friend to a like a ceramics thing. Like you paint your own ceramics. They like glaze it, fire it up.
You suddenly got really quiet. Did you fuck with a cable or something when you moved your shit?
How's it sounding now?
Well, it's about the same.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. Fuck.
Woo. I was like, oh no, not again.
See, this is what happens when we don't have any fucking budget.
Seriously.
Jesus Christ. Anyways.
Jesus.
So, found a mug. I was just like, oh, cool. I like it. Skull. I like it. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, man. That's
And I was
hilarious.
just like, what the fuck are you, like, what is that? Like, it's supposed to be like one of those, like, Day of the Dead masks. Like, you paint it all, like, colorful. And I was like, I can't help myself.
Ooh.
It's like, I started off, I was like, oh, there's a little yellow here, there's a blue nose and whatnot. And I was just like, I mean, I can't not fucking use that, like, star-shaped sponge that's over there. Like, for fuck's sake.
Oh, they had a star-shaped sponge. Oh, yeah, in that case. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, well, now I have to. Like,
You've
that's all the
tempted me.
encouragement that I need.
That's what happens when you put temptation right in the way, man. You just can't avoid it. It's like putting a box of cookies in front of me. That whole thing will be gone in like 2 minutes.
I mean,
It's left to
depending
my
on
own
the
devices.
yes.
Yeah, well, true.
Yeah, I mean, let's face facts here. I mean, you put like coconut cookies in front of me, it's like, no, I'm good.
Oh God, coconut.
Chocolate chip though, I'm gonna murder him.
I'm more of a brownie guy. I like chocolate chip cookies, but I'm more of a brownie guy when it comes to like baked goods and shit. I've never really been a cake guy, although I do like Liz makes this Lenten cake. We call it wacky cake, and it doesn't use any like dairy or shit like that, and it's really good, man. It's like the most moist cake that I've ever had, even though moist. What is it with that word? Like everybody's just like, ha, or they're like, ugh. It's like you have one of two reactions to the word moist. It's either or it's ugh. What's with that, man? Like something about the word moist.
I laugh about it because it fucking pisses some people off because it's like, oh, it's such a disgusting word. It's like, no, it isn't.
Well, yeah, what's so bad? Like, I don't know. People are too sensitive, man.
It grosses me out. Like, and
yeah, well, you gross me out. Fuck off.
yeah, you know what's grosser than a word? Not fucking showering. Go hit the fucking showers, smelly piece of shit.
You moist piece of shit.
Don't get moist. Go shampoo yourself.
You'll smell better, even with shit on you. Oh man.
Go smell like lilacs, you bum.
I can see you're moist from here, you bum. Oh shit.
Yeah, I love the fact that people just like hate that word, and there's really no like solid argument for it.
Yeah, there really isn't. Like, people just get really butthurt about like the most ridiculous shit, and moist is most certainly one of them.
Yeah, it's like, why?
I don't know. Like you said, people are just like, oh, it's disgusting. You're disgusting. Fuck off.
Yeah, like what's disgusting about moist?
I don't know. I guess
Are you
it's the
just,
connotations that it.
that's
I guess I don't know. People
Moist
associate it with like I don't know, like I don't know, dude. I don't know. People are. I think people's minds just wander to places that they should not wander, and as a result, like it's our fault that your mind is fucked up. You know, like that's.
people are just stupid.
Yeah. Let's leave it there.
People are
That's
just
a good
stupid.
explanation.
There's no other way around it. They're stupid.
Yeah, that really is the perfect explanation right there. Speaking of technological problems, though, dude, I gotta tell you this. So I tried to send you a video of like a little sneak preview of another video that I was gonna put up on YouTube that I was making. Yep. The fucking thing is still sending, and I'm pretty sure it's draining the shit out of my battery. It's just like sitting there like sending, and I tried to cancel the shit. It won't let me cancel it. It won't let me do anything with it. So I'm sure like, you know, next week or next month sometime, you're gonna be getting that video, and I'm gonna be like, oh, finally, my phone will last more than 5 minutes. But
Jesus.
yeah, I mean, it's not literally that bad, but I'm like, come on, dude, what the fuck? Either shit or get off the pot, you moist piece of shit.
I was gonna say, is your phone a little moist?
No. Maybe it should be. Maybe I need to give it a dunk in the old toilet or something. Fuck you.
No, all of a sudden my phone started working so much better after I gave it a swirly.
Yeah, really. Dude, knowing my luck, I'd put the shit in the toilet, right? And then, like, right as soon as I put it in the toilet, I'd look down and it would be like sent, and I'd be like, oh, you fucker.
This is the new Samsung Galaxy Moist.
Oh, man. Comes with a free lemon scented towelette. For you to wipe away your tears with when you get so frustrated with it that you dump it into your toilet.
Coming up next, even septic system.
Next year, we'll be releasing the Samsung Galaxy Dump.
That one's gonna smell like lavender.
Comes with a free roll of toilet paper. For you folks in lockdown, you'll really appreciate it.
Hey, clown, you want to funny it up a little?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
I was glad to see you enjoyed the video I made, though. Other people seem to be loving it, too. It's gotten a lot of views so far, not to toot my own horn, but...
Oh, please, toot away, sir.
Dude, I just had, like, a really fucking bad day. Like, I've been in a really good mood for the better part of, like... past 2 or 3 weeks or something. I don't really know what it is, but like I've just been fucking great, like really great attitude. And I don't know if it's my diet or lots of things have been going on that have been really positive in the background. But so I don't know. But all of a sudden, like this, I think it was like Thursday, where I just had people just being dicks to me. Like I think I had like 2 people swear at me, and people just like talking. It's like the case where like someone calls and they just want to keep talking and they don't give you any fucking information. So you're just sitting there, just like, yep, yeah. I can't do shit right now. Cool. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so like I had enough. And so at the end of the day, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna record some videos to kind of let loose. And so I came up with this idea of like just recording myself and being a customer and having a little back and forth with myself. And I have like a list of ideas, and I'm sure you can come up with plenty yourself of little skits that we can do in this vein.
I have a couple of ideas, and I've written some down like in a notebook. I'm pretty sure like if I send them to you, you're just gonna like send me a text back like, dude, how are things at home? Is everything
Who
okay?
hurt you?
Send back a lot of people.
Shorter list is who hasn't hurt me.
Yeah. But no, dude, like we're gonna at the call center, like that like period where you got swore at by like, you know, people and like they just wouldn't let you talk and whatnot. Like that was a daily fucking, like that was hell, pretty much like an hourly occurrence for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially where you were working. I mean, for me, it's not that bad. I will say that most of my days are pretty normal, pretty average, not too bad. Not, I mean, it's not like a fucking cakewalk. It's still a job, you know. I'd really rather not be doing, but that's why it's called a job and not super happy fun time, as Red Foreman would say. So, like, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, most of my days aren't like that. But every once in a while, like every fucking call will be an emergency. Every call will be a pain in the ass. And then I'll get yelled at and shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do this. So that's kind of where I was at that day. And I handled it well that day. Like I didn't lose my shit or whatever. But I was like, I need to release somehow. And so I just thought of like doing this video where I'm like, thank you for calling company. My name is Name. How can I help you? Because I didn't want to reveal like my name or the company or whatever. So I just did some generic shit. My name is Customer. And I was, hello? Hello? Yes, you haven't given me the opportunity to speak, douchebag. Like, yeah, fucking, I get that shit all the time. People just like that. Or like, can I have your account? I don't have it. Or I need service right now. Okay, cool. Can I have your account? I don't have that. What's your company name? I don't know. What's your zip code? I don't know. What's your phone number? I don't know. Jesus Christ, what do you know? Fuck me.
Yeah,
like,
give me something. Like, you gotta give me a little something to try and help you out here.
Right, hang on. Let me use my telepathy here. Okay, so you are... Like, what the fuck? What do you expect here? Like, I'll never understand anybody calling a company and being like, hey, I need your help, and having no information whatsoever. Like, who does that?
No, dude, I'll tell you, dude, I'll tell you a fucking quick story here, man. So, working at AAA. So, working at AAA, like, like, their quote-unquote, their busy times were mostly the winter and the summer. But, like, every season, they were like, well, it's coming up to our busy season. It's coming up to our busy season. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. Like, it's always our fucking busy season because there's more fucking people driving, you fucking assholes. And you refuse to fucking hire more people.
Oh, that's the worst, when they just refuse to acknowledge that it's a coverage problem. Like, why are we doing so bad in our SLA? Well, because we don't have enough fucking people. That's why. No, like, spend a dime.
Dude, I remember this clearly. There was one day, there were... I want to say about maybe 120 like people taking calls in the call center.
100? Wow, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, this is between Providence, Rhode Island, Utica, New York, and there was a place in Jersey, I forget where, but the three of us, like those three call centers, were servicing almost the entire Northeast. Like we were servicing like parts of New Jersey, New York, parts of Connecticut, all of Rhode Island, Eastern and Western Mass, except for Pioneer Valley, a little part of New Hampshire, and we could transfer calls to other like territories.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, so we have like about 120 like people taking calls.
Mm-hmm.
There were about, I would say, more than like 300 people in queue.
Holy
like meaning
shit.
Just on hold, waiting to talk to us.
Holy shit.
And they were pissed.
That's insane, dude. I can't imagine that was a normal occurrence to have that many people holding, right?
Dude, it was almost a daily occurrence during
the summertime. Really?
Yeah, like during the summertime, because people are driving to the fucking beach, people are fucking whatnot.
Man.
And just every like, I've been on hold for 20 minutes just waiting to talk to you guys. What the fuck is going on? And it's like, it took every fiber of my fucking... Not to just explain. You're part of a fucking... a club with fucking millions of fucking members.
Right.
And imagine, like, a huge chunk of them are trying to call in right now to
right.
get help. You're not the only one that's calling in.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how special they want you to feel, like, you're not special.
Exactly.
Like, you are a fucking number.
Exactly. Yeah, ultimately, at the end of the day, you got to get in line just like everybody else.
Yeah, and they're like, some of them got pissed. They're like, oh, well, I'm a plus level member. How come I got to wait on hold? How come I got to wait for the truck? It's like, because there's other people fucking calling. This is like a deli in a sense. Like, you take a fucking number, and we get to you when we can.
Yeah, seriously. I was joking with Liz the other day because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I called up Folgers and complained about their instant coffee? She's like, why? What do you mean, like the flavor or something? I was like, no. It'd be funny if I was just like, hi, yeah, I have a problem with your coffee. It's not instant. I put it in the cup and I got to add water? What the fuck? That's not instant.
dude, I'm sure they've gotten those calls before.
That's the thing. Like there are people out there that are exactly like that. They're just so unreasonable. They don't use their brain to think like, yeah, you know what? There's a person on the other end of the line, and like this, they can't just do this shit automatically. Like
No, and like it really comes down to like one of my favorite podcasts to listen to recently is Jim Florentine's Everybody Is Awful. Like specifically the episodes where he rips on people that leave bad Yelp reviews.
yeah,
Holy, like those people can fuck themselves.
yeah,
But it's really that fucking like that entitlement of like, you're not gonna kiss my ass, I'm gonna leave you a bad review.
yeah. Well, and I mean the problem with customer service in general, like whether it's, you know, in person or over the phone or whatever, is you never hear about, or very rarely do you ever hear when you did something well. Like very rarely will you have a customer be like, you really helped me. And I mean, I get it from time to time, but very rare do you get, yeah, you really helped me out and you did a great job and I really appreciate you and shit like that. Normally you get, you guys fucking suck. And it's like, oh yeah, cool, thanks. Like,
Yeah.
you never hear when you do shit right. You only hear when you do shit wrong. So you're
Yeah,
just
and
pretty
that-
much constantly getting beat up, like constantly.
Yeah, and that was part of the fucking problems. Like, if you know, you get beaten down enough, it's just like, well, fuck, what the hell's the point of getting back up?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
So
like,
so part of my point to doing those videos was sort of a delusion of grandeur that maybe we can help retrain the public as to how to fucking deal with customer service or retail or anybody who is there to serve you, because yes, they're there to serve you, but at the same time, you can't be a dick to them because then you can't expect good service. Like I had an issue with Staples where this is a bit of a story, but I'll get into it here where Liz, at one point, we have two laptops basically, the one that I'm using now to podcast and another silver machine that I got before that to do like Java and shit. And Liz one time was walking to school, bombing around, and she accidentally dropped the laptop and it fucked up the hard drive big time. So she brought it into Staples, they did a reset on it or whatever, restored our data and all that shit was good to go. But fast forward like 14 months later, we don't use the CD drive in it all that often, but I go to use the CD drive this day and it doesn't even recognize that it has a CD drive. So I call them up and I'm like, guys, what the fuck? Why isn't my CD drive working? They walk me through some shit, nothing. And they're like, well, you can bring it in and you know, we can do a diagnostic on it, but it's going to cost you to do the diagnostic, or you can buy a CD drive from us for $50. I was like, no. First of all, I already have an external CD drive. That's not the point. This shit should just fucking work. Second of all, I ain't paying shit, and because I know this was 14 months ago, so I can understand why you might think that I'm fucking you, but I assure you I'm not. You should have had, like, this worked when I brought it into you. It should be your job to make sure everything's working when you give it back to me. So, like, I understand from the outset it looks kind of bad, but at the same time, like, good customer service would be like, all right, we'll at least take a look at it. So, long story short, we end up dealing with one of the store managers here at our Chelmsford store. His name's Mike, and, man, he's just a fucking asshole is the best way I can put it. Because as soon as I call him, he's like copping an attitude with me. And then when I go to bring it there, I was like, I even explained nicely, like, you know, it's just our feeling that we shouldn't have to pay for it because this, when we brought it into, it should have been given back to us the way that we brought it into. And he's like, yeah, that was 14 months ago. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I understand all of that, but you should at least look at it for free. And he wanted to charge me like $169. I wanted to be like, bro, I paid $250 for this machine. I'm not paying $169 for your dumbass to look at it. So when all this shit is said and done, I intend to call Staples corporate again and be like, I don't know how this motherfucker is a store manager because his customer service leaves a lot to be desired. And if more people treated us like he treats me, you guys wouldn't have customers. So, you know, fuck him and fuck you.
Exactly, man. Like I get it. Yeah, customer service. You gotta be nice to people. You gotta fucking. But here's the thing. It's a give and take kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, I wasn't being a dick. Like, if I was going in there like, no, you motherfuckers fucked it up, then I could see him being like, you know, curt with me. But I was, you know, because I'm in customer service, so I tend not to treat people who are in that position that way because I know what it's like. When I call, I'm like, hey, my name is Bruce. I have my shit ready. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, here's my card number. It's fucking 867. Go fuck yourself. And yeah, this is what I need or whatever. But you know. I walk in and I try to be smooth and nice as pie and everything, and he's just like, well, it was 14 months ago, and it's just like, dude, fuck you. Seriously, that is not customer service.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it does go both ways, but if you're gonna get on the phone as a customer and start like, beating the shit out of the customer service rep, and you're expecting good service out of that, I think you got bigger problems than than whatever it is you're trying to resolve.
Yeah. See, my whole thing was, look, I even told the supervisor about this. I'm like, look, I'm tired of just getting fucking bent over by the customers, by you guys. I'm not saying, hey, let me go nuts and curse them out or something like that, but at least empower me a little bit to kind of stand up for myself.
Yeah, or hang up. Like, if they start going up one side of you, down the other, let me hang up on them.
No, they're like, well, we can't do that because we're an emergency service. I'm like, listen, if somebody is at their home and they have a flat tire and they're cursing at me because they can't get to church on time, that is not a fucking emergency.
Right.
That is not a fucking emergency. Like, hey, I'm broken down, in one of the lanes of traffic on the fucking highway. Yeah, that's a fucking emergency. Fine.
Yeah.
I get it. But like, Jesus Christ, like.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of times agents really do not have any power to defend themselves at all, because really your job is to sit there and be the punching bag for the customer. Basically, that's your job.
Well, dude, not only do you have to be a punching bag for the customer, you have to be a robot in the sense of like, you follow this script, you got to hit all these points, and when you hit these points, we'll give you a point. And if you don't match up a certain point thing, that means you get a bad review on your call, and that's going to affect your fucking review and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, if you want robots to do this, fucking hire robots.
Right? Yeah, get an auto attendant thing or some shit.
They even told us they were pretty much doing that. They're like, oh, we're going to be working with. Like Amazon's releasing, Alexas that you can put in your car and whatnot, and then you can say, Alexa, call AAA. And they would say, okay, what type of service do you need? Oh, I need this service. Okay, and it would like get your location and would it would put in a request.
That's pretty cool. I really hope that, like, I've heard about this happening before. I really hope that someone listening to this, their Alexa just went off because of you saying that, and that now AAA is on the way to their house.
That'd be pretty funny.
Hey Alexa, order me a big fucking dildo. They actually did that, like the Steven Crowder. They did this funny video a few years back where they were showing how Alexa is like slanted towards one side of the political spectrum or whatever. But that aside, they did something hilarious at the end where they're like, "Hey Alexa, order a dildo. Yeah, and do express shipping." I was like, good job, guys. But there's a guy I watch on YouTube who he used to use Alexa as like he just does like a let's play of Minecraft or whatever, and one of the things he would be like, "Hey Alexa, show me blah blah blah," and he had to stop doing that because people's Alexas were going off, so he had to change the name of it.
Dude, same thing happened with there was a South Park episode. I think it was like a couple of seasons ago, but essentially like they would they would be like, Alexa, add sweaty balls to my shopping list. People were complaining. They're like, my Alexa added sweaty balls.
I didn't order sweaty balls. Why am I getting them? Why are they so moist? Oh shit, dude.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you this, man. Like, working at AAA, because like, fuck it, I'll talk about there now, because like, fuck it.
You're free.
Yeah, I'm free.
You're no longer under their whip,
dude. I haven't been considered an employee there since like August. I haven't worked a day for them.
It's been that long. Wow, I didn't even realize that.
Dude, I haven't worked a day for them since fucking like early July, like after the 4th of July.
Wow, shit.
Yeah. And you know what? It's something that needed to happen to get on that road to happiness.
Yeah. I'm all for like protecting a company and not saying, like, I won't say the company that I work for because, well, I don't want to lose my job, but also like to protect the company because, I still work there and I have a vested interest in them doing well because they're the source of my paycheck. So, but once you're out of once you don't work for them anymore, all bets are off. Say whatever the fuck you will, man. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing, dude. Like, if you're a supervisor in a call center, and an employee comes up to you and just says, listen, I've been getting verbally abused non-fucking stop. It's really putting a strain on my mental health, my physical health. Like, it's getting to the point where I don't want to fucking not just be here, like at the office anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be on this planet above ground anymore. As a supervisor, what is your reaction to that?
I would be like, okay, you need to take some time off, or we need to figure out how to like manage your stress. But definitely, we need to see like what are the kind of calls you're getting? Because I mean, to be fair, if someone comes to you, I'm not saying this is true about you, but sometimes someone might say that, and maybe they're blowing shit a little out of proportion. But if they're not, like, I would go back and listen to the calls, and if this person's really getting their ass chewed out and getting their ass kicked, then I'd be like, okay, we need to come up with some sort of repercussion for customers who are going to just basically abuse our agents, because that's never called for. And yes, I get you're an emergency service, but like you said, what is your repercussion for someone who's just going to get on the phone and curse you out and you know, make you feel like shit? Like, why do you have to put up with that? You know, maybe give you some more money. Like, I don't know. There's got to be something that they can. There has to be something. Offer some sort of like therapy for free that the company sponsors. I don't know. Fucking anything, dude.
Nothing.
Any support.
There was fucking nothing.
That's crazy.
It was just a supervisor doing the corporate thing of like, well, I mean, we are an emergency service, and you know, you need to be empathetic to those people. I'm like, dude, I am completely fucking empathetic to that. I understand. I've been in those situations. Fuck, we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
We've all gotten a flat tire. We've all broken down on the side of the fucking highway. You know. But hey, I've never cursed out anybody because like somebody said, "Oh, we're gonna be there in 20 minutes," and they showed up in 25.
Right.
You know,
right.
I've never. You know, I've never cursed anybody out because, you know, they said they were going to be there like in an hour and I'm safe at home. I've never cursed anybody out for that.
That's really the problem, is that like people like you are just better than the general public. Like the general public, for better or unfortunately, is largely consisted of Karens and Chads, man. They just want to lose their shit at any opportunity that they can because, like you said, they feel entitled. They feel like they deserve something more than you're giving them. And you know, obviously from the years that I've known you, you're nothing like that. You're among the most selfless people that I know. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. People suck. I don't know what to tell you. Customers suck.
Flattery gets you nowhere, sir.
A guy can try, can't he? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Like, you know, case in point, like, the last time we had to call, you know, AAA was for my mom's car. She was going to get a new battery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. They have that program. They have a driver come out there. They bring out a battery for you. They install a new one, take the old one for disposal. Cool. The driver shows up. And he's like, you know, when I got the request for the call, I was pretty sure it was going to need this battery. He's like, unfortunately, that battery that I needed, I unfortunately had to install it in another car on the previous service call before I got here.
Oh, man.
So he's like, so I don't have that battery. He's like, however, what I did do is I called a couple of the drivers that were nearby. I'm going to see if one of them can drop it off, and then I can install the battery.
Right on.
And I'm like, you know what, man? Cool. You know, because I was like, fuck, it's not his fault.
Right. That's the thing, is people don't realize that the person that you're talking to, it is not their fault.
No.
You know, they're generally speaking, they're trying to do their best for you. I mean, some people, you know, you call and you know that they're like, hi, my name is Bruce. How can I help you? You know, they're the Stephen Wright on the other end, basically, you know?
Yeah, that tells me, like, this person is so fucking broken down. It's just that the supervisors don't give a shit.
Yeah, that could very well be. That could very well be that person just got their ass chewed out so many times that they're just done, and they're just like, okay, fuck this. I just don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lesser person in that situation would be like, what do you mean you have to use the battery?
There was one time a person called in.
Oh, no.
Cursed me out because the driver was running late. So I said, all right, you know, let me put you on hold. Let me just see what's going on. Because I'm kind of curious about this myself. Put him on hold, talk to dispatch. And dispatch tells me, yeah, the truck that was en route to them broke down.
Oh, shit.
So, you know, they're trying to get that truck out of there. We're trying to get another truck out to them, you know, as soon as we can. I said, okay, do you have an estimated time of arrival or anything like that? Because the customer is going to be asking for that.
Mm-hmm.
They said, not at this time, but we're going to update with them with a phone call when a driver's en route to them. So, okay, fair enough. I get back on the phone with the customer.
Oh no.
I'm so it appears that the driver that was en route to you, it looks like his truck had broken down, unfortunately, so he's not going to be able to arrive. We are trying to find another driver that's nearby to you. Once the driver is en route to you, we're going to contact you with it. And I can't even get the rest of that sentence out. What do you mean it broke down? This is goddamn AAA, motherfucker. I'm like, holy fuck, like.
Yeah, you're
our
right,
truck
man,
broke
because
down,
our
too.
cars never break down. They're special.
Yeah. Like, you've never seen like a fucking 18-wheeler broken down on the side of the road. Like, they fucking break down too.
Seriously.
Like, shit happens.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's like one of my favorite questions ever is when can I expect a call back? Oh, well, hang on. Let me look into my fucking crystal magic 8-ball here and tell you when this other person who I have no control over is going to call you back, you dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, just think about that
like,
question for 5 seconds.
And it's like, motherfucker, like, I'm telling you, like, in the middle of telling you, like, they're going to contact you when the driver is en route to you. They haven't forgotten about you. They're going to contact you when the driver's en route to you. Like, they'll either send you a text message so you can track the motherfucker, or they're going to call you and say, hey, driver's en route to you. They should be in there in about 10 minutes.
Perfectly
no,
reasonable. I mean, it's the most you can do. It's the best you can do. What else could, like, I don't know.
It's like, man, what do you want me? You want me to drive there myself and fucking like see what I can do? Like, I can't promise you any fucking results. I can't tow your car with my fucking Toyota Corolla here.
I would love to see that though. Like you driving from Rhode Island to like fucking Phoenix or something with your Toyota Corolla to try to tow somebody's car.
Oh god.
What's taking you so long? Well, ma'am, I'm in fucking Rhode Island. You're in Phoenix. Second of all, this isn't gonna work anyway. But
no, something like that, we would transfer over to like there's like a different chapter that we would send over.
Oh,
to.
that's true. You're only dealing with regional shit. But
yeah.
But oh man.
Dude,
oh fuck.
There were some people. There were some people. I don't know what the fuck they were expecting, but sometimes you run out of solutions. And you just want to kill yourself for it.
You have an example?
Yes. Dude, I was at AAA for over 3 years. Yes, I've got examples.
True. All right, well, hit me with one. What have you got?
Okay. So, lady calls in, elderly woman. She tells me where she is. She's at like some rest stop off of like exit like 4 or 5 or something like that in New Hampshire.
Mm.
She says, I'm out of gas. I said, okay, ma'am, that's not a problem. I see you have, this level of membership. So what the driver will do, they'll come by with, between 1 to 2 gallons of gas, depends on, the size of the container that they're carrying. They'll pour that gas in your gas tank free of charge, and you'd be able to drive yourself to the nearest service station to get some gas in your car. I don't have any money. I was like, okay. So what I can do then is I can set up a tow. So I see you're within 100 miles of your residential address that's on your account. If that's the location where you want to go home, that's fine. We can tow you back to your house. I don't want to get towed. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Okay, so you don't want me to get you to your house so you can get money. You don't have money so you can get gas from the gas station. I believe we're at an impasse here.
It's like, well, what the hell do you want me to do?
Do you have Venmo? Can you Venmo me some money?
I was like, ma'am, just don't pick up the phone ever again, please.
Oh man.
But it's like, what do you do in that situation?
Nothing. There's nothing you can do because that's the thing is some people are just that unreasonable that there's literally nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You did your best, I mean, I guess that's what you can do is you can rest comfortably knowing that you did your best and this person is just being a douchebag. I don't know. That's not much of a consolation prize, but I don't know.
No, it's not much of a consolation prize, but it's like still this lady is going to curse me out because like either the driver is not going to give them a full tank of gas for free or I don't know what the fuck she was expecting. Like she didn't say what she wanted either, but it's like, well, fucking help me. Like tell me what is your end game here?
I guess you didn't offer for the driver to siphon gas out of his own tank into her car. Maybe that's what she wanted.
I guess, but
no, that's fucking ridiculous.
It is fucking ridiculous. But like,
no.
Tell you another story.
Please do.
Love it, just kind of gearing up for like there. I'm Johnny Cash. I got a story for you.
Ding digga ding digga ding digga ding. Well, I answered the phone and she was a bitch and I told she was moist and.
I love you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, it's almost like Springsteen just like telling a story before he plays a song. Hey man, there's this lady. She's broken down off of exit 5 in New Hampshire. She don't want no gas. So I said, all right, ma'am, let's tow you and your car home. Gets done free of charge. You don't have to tip a driver. You don't have to do anything. We'll get you home safe. And you know what that lady said? That lady said, no. That's just not gonna work for me. I'm just like, all right. Anyways.
Fuck you.
So anyways, guy calls up. He has plus level membership. So for those that don't know, plus level gets you 100 miles of towing, no charge.
Okay.
So he's from a different chapter of AAA. So I'm like, all right, I have to call up the home club. Like, procedure is I call up the home club, find out how many calls he has, if he's eligible for this or anything like that. Which brings up more stories.
Oh, God.
God damn you, Bruce.
Look what I started. See, so you have plenty of material for this series.
Oh, yeah. So... So find out, okay, guy has all of his calls, so it's no problem. He's in my territory. He wants to get towed back home up to Maine, which was about over 300 miles.
Oof.
So
That
I explained.
sucks.
Yeah, so I said, since, your starting point is in, Rhode Island, we can tow you. That first 100 miles is free of charge, and then anything after that would be like $3 a mile or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, no. Just use the mileage from my other calls, and I'm like, it doesn't work that way. He goes, oh, well, can you tow me 100 miles away and then just tow me again and then just do that again so I can get home? I'm like, sir, I can't really do that. Like, the things I can really do is I can offer to, have your car towed to, a facility of your choice. They have the car repaired or whatever have you.
Mm-hmm.
We can tow you straight home, but you would just have to pay for the over mileage. Or, we can try and find some other solution. Like, I don't know if you have somebody that has, the next level up that has that long towing, but that would not, you'd only be responsible for the over mileage of, about 100 miles, but they would have to be with you at the time of the tow.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's like, oh, God damn it. Come on, please. Just work with me here. Come on. I'm like, sir, I really can't. Like, I can't just, like, tow you to, like, a McDonald's, like, 100 miles away.
I'm trying to work with you.
I'm trying to work with you here. Like, there's only, like, so many boundaries I have here.
Right. What about, could you have, like, upgraded his membership so he could have gotten the bigger tail? But he probably wouldn't have been about that either, I'm sure.
No, because then he would have had to wait 7 days for the upgrade.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't work. Man.
Man.
Good thing you're out of there, dude. And now you don't have to really deal with customers, right? You're in the back making donuts. You don't really... Do you deal with customers or no?
No, not at all.
Awesome.
Not at all.
Yeah, getting away from the general public is the way to go. Unless you have a choice about who it is. Like now, as you know, I'm trying to become a career guitar instructor, which I actually just got my first official student as of this past Saturday. So that's fucking awesome.
Rock on, sir.
Yeah, thank you, man. So I'm trying to make that shit happen. So, I mean, that's a little different. That's still general public, but at the same time, I kind of have control. Like, even the guy who runs the company is like, listen, at any time, if you can't accept a student or you don't want a student, no hard feelings, just let me know. And, it's as simple as that. You can take whatever student you want. You can deny any student that you want. And there's no hard feelings. I'm like, fucking A, perfect. And especially now because, like, I am working full time, so I can't necessarily just take any student. So if he calls me up and he's like, hey, I got a student at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday, I'd have to be like, sorry, no, that's not going to work. And he'd be like, okay, no problem. No discussion, no nothing, just that's it.
And I'm sure, like, you even told him ahead of time, like, hey, my work schedule Monday through Friday, work until, like, 4 o'clock or whatever. He's like, all right, so if I got like a student for you, let's say like a Friday night at like 7 o'clock, would that be okay with you or something like that? Like that's good that it gives you that control.
Yeah. And the other thing too that he's really cool about is that I told him that, because Liz being compromised with COVID still obviously rampant out there, that I need to be super careful. So my students, like, we need to take an extra layer of precaution to make sure they're going to wear a mask or be 6 feet distance, or ideally both. And so he confirmed that with this student. I showed up, everything was cool, everybody was wearing a mask, we were able to be distant and shit, and there was no problem. So yeah, so I really can't complain. In fact, it was awesome. So I'm really stoked about it, man.
Yeah, like the only like interaction that I have with the public now is like there's like there's 2 windows in the front of the house, and they're both covered by like an American flag. Every now and then, like a kid will like lift up the flag just to kind of look at the back of the house, and like if I see that, like, oh, wave hey or whatnot, or like show, it's like, hey.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Other than that, no interaction with the public at all.
That's the way to go, man. I feel like, especially like for you, because I just feel like you and the public don't mix, because like I don't know, like,
which is weird, man, because I'm really like empathetic. Like
you are. Yeah, you definitely are, but I feel like, people just get under your skin really quick, dude. And I get that, but at the same time, like, if you can't be like whoo about it, then yeah, you really shouldn't be working with the public.
So it's almost like a circus like sideshow freak. So like, come see the empath that hates people but wants to help them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Come see the bearded Bruce.
I understand you. I fucking hate you, but I understand you.
Yeah, like look, I want to help you. I hate you, but I want to help you.
Yeah, Kevin Smith really nailed it when he said, just because they serve you doesn't mean they like you.
Exactly.
That is 100% accurate.
Yeah. But it's just like look, man, like anytime like I've gone to like like a restaurant or like even like a Best Buy, I never treat anybody like shit. Like,
yeah.
If I have like a major like issue, like, hey, this thing is defective or something like that, I'm like, all right, you know what? Shit happens all the time. Let me give them a chance to try and make things right. Let's see what they can do to help me.
Right. Yeah, it would take an awful lot for me to really lose my shit. But like I said, I try my damnedest when I'm calling people, even if I have an issue, to be like, hey, this is my problem. Can you help me out? Like, but I don't call and be like, you need to fucking help me right now. Like, because you're not going to get anywhere with that. All you're going to do by doing that is make that person's job more miserable, because they have to do the same job anyway, but you're just going to make them hate their job a little bit more. And like, I don't go to other people's jobs and piss them off, so I wouldn't want them to come to my job and piss me off. Like, that's just not cool. But for some reason, it's okay when it's customer service. Like, I feel like this should be the next branch of social justice warriorship, is where you have to tackle fucking
cancel customers.
Cancel customers, yeah, man.
Dude, I'm all for it. It means you don't have a job anymore. Okay.
Yeah, man. At the very least, we could just keep making our videos and hope that people learn their lesson. I kind of doubt it, but we can do our small part.
I really fucking doubt it.
Me too.
But no, like I try and go by that rule that like Jim Ross explains. Like anytime he had talent like in his office or whatnot, he would always say like, look, if you have a problem with the old man, converse with him. Don't confront him, just converse with him. If you confront him, you're not going to get your way. So like anytime like me and my boss, like anytime we've like disagreed on something like that, I converse with him. I don't confront him about it. Call him like, you fucking douchebag, fucking piece. No, you got to fix this. Like, hey man, there's an issue with this, and this. And he's like, oh shit, all right. Well, let's see what we can do to fix that. Or like, hey, I don't agree with that. Let's keep going with this way. And if we can find a different solution that like works for the both of us, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty lucky too, because I'm pretty good about keeping my cool at work, and also the mute button is my savior, because I can literally who was it, Bob Uecker, I think it was, who you said was like a jazz musician with it. I feel like I've gotten to that level, not to toot my own horn, but I can be like, Okay, sure. Hang on just one moment while I look up your account here, you fucking douchebag. All right, so it looks like you're at 1325 26th Street here, and you fucking moron. Next time, call with your fucking information. And it looks here, it's the lab system.
Dude, I was pretty much like a jazz musician with that damn thing.
You need to be. You need to let it out, you know? Some way or another.
Yeah, because, dude, it wouldn't have surprised me, like, when I returned, like, the phone and, like, the computer and whatnot, like, everything's still working, but they're like, huh, the mute button on your phone's kind of worn out. What happened there? Like,
You don't want to know. It got moist.
Let me tell you a story here. About an old lady up in New Hampshire.
Well,
she broke it down. She was on a 10th Avenue freakout, I think.
Andrew, why do you suddenly sound like Bruce Springsteen? It's a long story.
It's a long story. Let me tell you something about it. So one day,
Fuck.
I was talking to a guy. He says, "Hey, man, you're telling all these stories, and you sound like that guy from Jersey." And I said, "Oh, man, Jersey. I know a lot about Jersey. Let me tell you a story about it."
Did you see the Jeep commercial that he did?
No, I didn't.
People were giving him all kinds of shit because like he was doing a Jeep commercial where he drives like to the middle of the country and he's like dressed like a cowboy and shit. And they're like, "You're from Jersey. You know fuck all about being a fucking cowboy." Like, it's kind of funny. It's
But
true.
dude,
I mean, he's from Jersey. Where's there a cow pasture or a cowboy hat within fucking 100 yards of New Jersey?
Yeah. But still, it's Bruce fucking Springsteen.
I never liked Bruce Springsteen, I gotta say.
I dig Springsteen. Like
Do you?
I've seen him live or whatnot, but like, one of those songs come out, I'm like, all right, this is cool, man. I like Springsteen.
See, I never. I mean, I don't know.
Like he like Springsteen. I'll put it in a kind of perspective. Like, I was never like a big Tom Petty fan. If the Tom Petty song comes on the radio, cool, I'll listen to it. Saw Tom Petty live once. It was for free, that's why. But I was like, man, I dig Tom Petty. He's cool. I don't have any of the albums or anything like that, but I was like, what, I dig him. Same thing with like Springsteen. Same thing with I think Rush. I think is on that level for me too.
Right on.
Whereas like I dig them, but I'm not kind of considered like a fan.
You're not gonna go out of your way to find them.
No.
Yeah, if they come across your radar, then maybe you'll stick around. But it's certainly not gonna be a case where they come on the radio and it's like click.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have too many bands that are like that, honestly. Like, even if Springsteen came on the radio, depending on what song it is, like Born in the USA or Dancing in the Dark, like, those are catchy tunes. I might leave those on, but I'm kind of like, whatever about Springsteen. And honestly, Tom Petty, too. Like, I dig Tom Petty, but for the most part, it's sort of like, And I'm also that way about, like, the Rolling Stones. I never really got why people love the Rolling Stones so much. It's sort of like, I mean, yeah, they're all right. I wouldn't turn them off, but I don't love them, that's for sure.
Well, like, the Rolling Stones, I dig like one or two of their songs. Like "Start Me Up," I think that's a great fucking song.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fucking song. I love it.
The best thing I like about the Rolling Stones is what Keith Richards said about open tunings on a guitar, because he plays an open tuning, which basically means that when you strum the guitar, it plays a chord, so you don't have to like fret anything. I mean, and it plays the chord. So he described it as 4 strings, 3 fingers, and 1 asshole. Perfect. It's a completely perfect description of how to play open tunings.
Jesus, man. I was gonna follow it up with like takes a drag off a cigarette. It's like that asshole's name's Mick Jagger.
He punched out Chuck Berry, or no, Chuck Berry punched him out rather.
Punched out Mick Jagger or Keith Richards?
No, Chuck Berry punched out Keith Richards.
All right.
Yeah, if you watch the documentary Hail Hail Rock and Roll, he talks about it. It's the documentary about Chuck Berry, because he played guitar for Chuck for a little bit, and he was trying to be like the technician or whatever, and like setting the amp tones a certain way, and Chuck is very much like, no, I set the amp how I like it, and you do not touch it. And I guess like he had enough, and Keith at one point adjusted it again, and he just went out back and bam, knocked him cold. I mean, I guess it doesn't take much to knock out Keith Richards, but
Yeah.
The amplifier, the guitar, the check bag. What? Take the moist out of your mouth.
It was pretty funny. I remember Springsteen released like a new single and whatnot, and like it was a direct ripoff of Kiss. Like you could tell.
Really?
Not even a good Kiss song, but it was "I Was Made for Loving You."
Really?
Really?
Oh my God! You got to send that to me. I gotta check that out. Like I don't really dig Springsteen, but that's hilarious. Of all the songs to pick to cover or do it like a ripoff of,
Oh yeah.
I was made. Now we're getting a copyright strike. Baby, you were made for loving me.
Again, catchy song. Is it my favorite Kiss one? No.
No.
But if it came on the radio, yeah, fuck it, I'll keep it on.
Yeah.
Why not?
You would not throw it out of bed for eating crackers.
No. Truth be told, I'd probably be the one eating crackers. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. But no, apparently the song was called Outlaw Pete.
Outlaw Pete for loving you, baby.
But no, it was the opening track from Springsteen's 2009 album, Working on a Dream.
Working on a dream, huh? That sounds like running on. What is it? Wasn't there a Tom Petty song, "Running on a Dream"?
Yeah.
Running on a dream.
On a dream.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are exactly the lyrics too. Running down, dream. I love how at the end he just talks it. He's like, running down, dream.
Yeah, but I mean that was Tom Petty. He didn't really sing so much as he kind of like walked that line of like singing and talking at the same time. It's kind of like Alice Cooper or fucking Ace Frehley.
That's true. That's true. It's funny how some singers can really get away with that sort of shit, like Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Ace Frehley. Like some singers is just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And then other singers, you hear that and you're just like, oh god, they're awful.
Like Bob Dylan just kind of like stretches out his words. That's pretty much
yeah. Yeah. That's another guy I could kind of do without is Bob Dylan. I've never actually I remember one point where you invited me to go see Mark Knopfler and Bob Dylan, and I was like, dude, for the price, like, I know that a lot of that price is to go see Dylan, and I'm just not a Dylan fan, so I'd be the kind of guy to be like, let's go see Knopfler and then fucking leave, but like I'm not spending all that money to just go see Knopfler. That's ridiculous. But
shit, dude, I would have gone to see Knopfler and fucking fucked off after that.
Would you have?
Yeah.
It seems like a waste of money, though. Like, you spend all that money and you watch that. It'd be like, not to, shit on Joe here, but remember when he went to see, what was it, Aerosmith and Kiss? And you're like, you didn't stay for Aerosmith?
Dude, I still give him shit to this day for that. And it's been like, what? It was like 2006 or something like that when that tour was.
It's at least 10, 15 years or something, right?
Dude, it's been like 14 years. I'm still giving him shit.
Oh my god.
Like, it's Aerosmith, dude.
Oh man. He's like, would you just let it go? I'm like, it's Aerosmith.
Dude, it's fucking Aerosmith. Like, you've seen Aerosmith with me.
Yeah, oh
twice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've seen it actually 3 times. Wasn't it 3 times or just 2? I feel like I've seen him like 3 times, but maybe not.
Probably not with me. Like,
maybe one of them was just with my mom. I don't remember. Because I know me and my mom all went. I know you and I went for the Honkin' on Bobo tour.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was another time that I saw him, but maybe it was only twice.
No, I think it was only twice that I went with you. I know it was, the first time was the Honkin' on Bobo tour. And then the last one was, what was it? They just released like Music from Another Dimension or something like Music from Another Dimension.
Yeah.
It was you, me, and your mom. Like at that show at the Boston Garden.
You know what I'm thinking is we were supposed to go see them, and it's still postponed as far as I know.
As far as I know, it's not happening until like September or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully it can happen then. I mean, we'll see what happens, but
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like shit's kind of opening up again, and personally, I'm feeling a little more comfortable about it. Like I just watched a video and I shared it with Liz. Where Jim Brewer appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I don't know if you've seen that clip. It's like a 20-minute clip where it's just called like Jim Brewer's COVID questions or something like that. If you have a good 20 minutes, I recommend checking it out because honestly, for Jim Brewer, he makes a lot of intelligent and interesting points that I didn't think of, and it's just like, yeah, you know what, man, maybe there is something to think about here. Maybe we're being a little too careful about shit, but I don't know. I'm not one of these people who's out there denying it or saying that, you know, we don't have to be careful, but like,
No.
I think one of the statistics he said was that like, what was it, like 4% or 6% of the people who like had serious problems or were like, they're pretty much elderly people, and the other 96% were maybe younger, but they had some other comorbidity, like they were obese or something like that, and it's just like,
right. But here's the thing that I would counter with that one is listen to Christopher Titus.
okay,
Dude's a straightforward. He's like, his main philosophy is fact me or fuck off.
well, I think Brewer does present some facts, man. I don't know, man.
But still, saying that, like, you know, this person died of COVID. Oh yeah, but I mean they had asthma. Titus responds to that by saying, yeah, but they were alive and dealing with it.
Yes.
You know, this thing really like fucked them up, and there are people that are still having like long-term repercussions because of it.
Yes, that's true. Although he has some fucked up stories. I'm telling you, dude, you got to check it out, because he has a story about this guy who was like obese, and they said that he had brain cancer, and they were basically going to let him die. And then someone basically was like, no, we need to let like his family in to like say goodbye or whatever. And or no, another doctor came in and he's like, no, this is bullshit. He doesn't have brain damage. Blah, blah, blah. And long story short, like, he's in recovery now. He stood up. He's working on getting back to walking. He was about to die. And he's even obese. He's one of the people who is most likely to die from this shit. And now he's on his way to recovery. So, I mean, all I'm saying, I'm not saying, like, you know, don't be careful or you know, that it doesn't happen. I'm not one of those crazy fucks. But at the same time, like, you got to question shit. And like you said, get your facts.
I was going to say, man, you can go down to fucking Florida. You think that way, man.
Yeah, seriously, no, I'm not one of those. I'm not that cavalier about it where I'm going to be going, you know, spring break, you know.
No.
But I feel comfortable enough to, as I said, do like my in-person lesson. Otherwise, you know, if I didn't feel comfortable, I wouldn't do it. I'd be strictly, no, I have to be doing Zoom. But like the chances of me, and honestly even Liz, to be quite frank, I feel are pretty low of us getting seriously sick. That said, we do maintain as careful as possible for her sake, mostly, because that's, you know, like I said, if I was on my own, I'd be much more cavalier about shit. But I need to watch out for her. So if she feels we need to be this level of concern, then we're going to be that level of concern. So that's because she's the one that needs to worry about it. So like we're basically going to do whatever she needs to do. So again, I'm not saying don't be careful. Consider your situation, and if you are high risk, then obviously be careful. And if you're not, then, you know, maybe just consider the facts. Is all I'm saying.
No, and like not only that, like I went to a game night with a couple of friends, probably about maybe a week and a half ago, something like that. And like the entire time I'm there, fucking mask on.
Yeah.
Nobody gave me shit about it. They were just like, no, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, the person who I did a lesson with, I didn't know that this was going to be the case, but then their grandmother walked down the stairs, and I mean, she had to be at least in like her 60s or 70s, so she's right in the high risk category too. So I'm not the only one. You know, I'm technically high risk because my partner is high risk, so I have someone in my household who's high risk, and I'm going to their house, and I'm sure they're just as much like, if I'm worried about them, they're probably just as worried about me bringing shit to them, you know, because they don't want to get their grandmother sick and have her pass away. Like, nobody wants that. So, I mean, again, you have to weigh your situation, and if you're in a spot where you need to be careful, then be careful. I mean, don't go to fucking Florida and go to spring break, but...
Killing your grandma, Larry!
Exactly. Oh, man.
But yeah, dude, like I even think back to, like, you know, if my dad was alive right now, like I probably I'd have to find like a job where I could just work at home.
Was he a higher risk individual? Like, did he have something going on where?
Fuck yeah, dude, he had a heart issue.
Oh, I mean, I obviously I knew he passed from a heart issue, but I didn't know that like that was a thing. Like,
well, yeah, like he had, you know, like his body, like he had a metal stent, like not even a stent, like it was like a metal like valve.
Oh shit!
His aorta going to his heart.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How long did he have that? Like for like his like from a young age or something, or?
No, it was about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was I'd say it was like February 2010-ish. Yeah, it was about 10 years. It was like when he first like went to the hospital. Like what happened was he had an aneurysm, like rupture in one of the like aortic valves in his heart.
Oh.
And like the doctor's telling us, like, look, this is what we need to do. We need to go in there. Yeah, we can fix the damage. There's a 50-50 chance he's not going to make it.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, that was the doctor comforting us.
Man.
Like after he pulled through, he told us, like, look, he's like talking to my mom. He's like, listen, ma'am, your husband is a miracle right now. She's like, why? He said it was a 50-50 shot. He's like, I was doing that to kind of keep your spirits up. But he's like, realistically, it's more about 2%.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And what freaked us out even more is like when they put him in the room to like recover after the surgery and whatnot, in the room next door, the same thing happened to some other guy, but he didn't survive.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
And fast forward to, months later, my dad's, kind of recovering. He's not quite back at work yet, but he's, he's trying to walk around a little bit more and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The radio station I was working for, they were doing this whole like golfing tournament thing. Like it was like a scramble game. So Braden invites me to like play golf essentially with him, his dad, and his dad's like college roommate, who's still good friend with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll never forget this because it fucking freaked the fuck out of me, dude. Anytime like, my dad was near and, it was quiet as hell, you could hear this little like tick, 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 almost like you're putting your hand up to like an analog watch. And you just hear that like clicking, like the seconds passing by, like tick.
Is the valve doing its thing, basically?
It's the valve doing its thing, yeah. So Braden's dad looks around, he's like, what is that? He's like, what is that clicking sound? My dad's like, oh, that's me. So
This $1 million man over here, don't worry about it.
He's like, so we tell him the story, what happened. He's like, oh my God, you survived that? He's like, well, you got experience with this too? Thinking like, oh shit, like you guys are in a club together. This is awesome.
Wait, so Braden had heart issues too?
No. So here's the thing. Braden's dad is a judge. And he's like, basically, same thing happened in my courtroom. He's like, the guy never made it out the door of the courtroom alive.
Oh, man.
He's like, same exact thing happened.
That's fucked up, dude.
Oh, shit.
I mean, it's terrible that your dad's gone. Obviously, the understatement of the fucking decade. But like at the same time, you are so lucky that you even had the years that you had with him. That could have been it right there, dude.
Yeah.
And that's honestly how I felt like when you drove me down that day from school to go see my grandfather. He had 3 heart attacks. It was kind of like, geez, like that kind of felt. I imagine sort of how you felt. It was like, man, this is probably it. Like, better say goodbye. And we got so many years with him after that. And I'm so happy that we did. But, like, it still doesn't make it any easier when they go, obviously.
No, it really doesn't.
But, man, that's I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. He was a stubborn guy, though, like my dad was. It's like we asked like, hey, he's gonna be with it. Is it okay if we rent a cart so we can like just drive him around? Like we'll keep it on the path and whatnot. Like I'll spring for the fucking cart. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, no. He's like, I'll walk. I'm like, no, dad. Doctors told you, take it easy. He's like, I know my limits. It's okay. I'll walk.
Hmm.
I was like, I swear to God, if you drop, I'm never gonna forgive you for this.
Seriously. And not for nothing, too, like, your dad was we've talked about this, your dad was a tall motherfucker, so I'm sure that didn't do his heart any favors, because, it's got to pump the blood, like, so much further than it would have to, like, for you or I mean, me especially, I'm a short motherfucker, but him being as tall as he was, I'm sure that only complicated shit, too. Like, even just walking was probably trying. Like, especially at that point where he has a valve in his heart and shit, like.
Yeah. But it was also a thing, he had Morphine Syndrome, which...
I don't know what that is.
So it's basically like, picture like instead of like like dwarfism, like the body's like shrunk down or whatnot, it's like the body's like elongated.
Ah.
You have a longer torso, longer arms, longer legs.
Okay.
I think Michael Phelps has that. If I remember right.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I mean, there's no cure for it. There's no like real treatment for it. It's just like it happens.
Well, yeah. I mean, what could you really do, right? I mean.
Yeah.
You can't stop them from growing, especially once you get past puberty. It's sort of like, well, too late,
Yeah. So we can't exactly, you know, cut them off with the legs. Say, no, you can't grow anymore. You can't do this.
Yeah, right. Seriously, put him in a press or something to shrink him down. Like, no.
Just turn my dad into like Cotton Hill.
Oh man. Oh.
Except he never killed Fitty Man.
What's that?
He never killed Fitty Man.
Oh man. Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, fucking A. But
Well, hey,
Tell you
I've been meaning to tell you this because one I talked about earlier, like something that how I've been so positive and uplifted lately, and I think that part of it, if I had to attribute it to it, was I did this thing called self-authoring. It's just self-authoring.com, and basically what it is you go in there and it's sort of like having like a little journal. But it's sort of like a guided journal where it asks you questions or it has you go through like your faults and your virtues and things like that. You write like an autobiography, you write about the future and things like that. And it helps you sort of like get your head around all these events that happened in your life and where you want to be. And for me personally, it gave me the opportunity to really think about stuff in my past and really come to grips with things. And the other thing that it really did for me was it made me a goal-oriented person. You know, I've always been the kind of person to make like a to-do list, but I've never been the kind of like, okay, I need to do this because I want to do that, and then I want to do that. And like, I've never really set goals and then tried to obtain them. But I really feel like ever since I did this self-authoring thing, that it's made a huge difference for me. And honestly, like it was super cheap. It was $10. So, and that's honestly a 2-for-1. So that's the other thing I wanted to say is I got a 2-for-1 deal on it, and I wanted to share the voucher that I got for it with you because I think maybe you would benefit from it to go through it. So I'm going to be sending that to you off air here. So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. No hard feelings. But I thought maybe you would appreciate that and give it a shot. Let me know if it helps you out.
I can at least check it out. There's another app that I'm trying out at the recommendation of Zach Levi for meditation. It's called One Giant Mind.
Oh, cool. I haven't heard of that. I've heard of Calm, but I haven't heard of that.
So basically, from what I understand, like I only kind of breezed through it briefly the other night. It's basically like a 12-step program that teaches you meditation, and like each step they kind of revisit like what you learned in the first, like the previous step, and then they teach you some more things. And then by the time you get to that 12th step, they're just like, all right, you know how you're meditating, do this, do this, do this.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man.
They're like, you know, there's a 30-day challenge, 60-day challenge, 90-day challenge, I think.
Nice,
so
nice.
Like, I want to try it out.
Yeah, I fully support anybody trying meditation. I started doing Zen meditation back in February of, I want to say like 2012 or so, and I did it on and off. Like there was a good span of like a couple of years where I didn't do it at all, but lately I'm back to doing it. I do 20 minutes every day, pretty much every morning. I get up and that's one of the first things I do. I brush my teeth, I come in, I meditate, and then I go about my day. And that's probably helped a lot too, because that's another opportunity to just sit there, because basically you just sit there and you're alone with your thoughts and you have to just fucking process. And that's basically what it's about, is just fucking processing. And not enough people do that. And maybe if they did, they wouldn't call and be like, where's my fucking tow truck?
Maybe that wouldn't be a good thing for me to be alone with my thoughts.
It would be. I mean,
just trying to meditate, just kind of clear my head. And it's like, there's my brain just going like, hey, remember that time you were at work and you shit yourself? That was funny. You're like, God fucking damn it.
That happens. I mean, I sit there and I meditate and I think some really dark shit, and sometimes I think some really funny shit. Sometimes, you know, I cry. Like, you can feel all kinds of emotions, but that's sort of the point of it, is to feel whatever you're feeling and not push it away. The goal isn't necessarily to have an empty mind. The goal is really to process whatever it is that you need to process. So it's whatever comes up, you just kind of, okay, you acknowledge it. Okay, that's how I feel, but it doesn't really define me. Move on, kind of thing. At least that's how I look at it.
Again, like I've never meditated before, so I really have no idea what the fuck I'm going into, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. And I mean, you know what, man? Like myself, or even just anybody doing it, I will never ever knock somebody for trying to better themselves by like going to therapy or doing yoga or doing fucking meditation or anything like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as you're trying to better yourself and you're not hurting anybody, fucking go for it.
Exactly. Yeah, even if it's something like kind of frou-frou or whatever, it's like, okay, you know what, I might not necessarily believe in it, but whatever. Like, if that helps you, then it helps you.
You just really say frou frou.
I did say frou frou.
I love you for that.
Oh.
But yeah, man, just that's kind of like the last year, or at least like not even really like I'd say actually within the last year is just all right. I'm sick of where I am. I want to better myself. I want to do better with this, and this. And like I'm not setting like long-term goals or anything like that. I'm setting, like goals that I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
This one may take a little while, but I'll focus on these a little bit more. Is like my therapist before he left this practice, and not because of me, fucking
oh god, I can't deal with him.
Maybe he did.
Boy, sometimes there are just no solutions.
So I had this kid walking into my office.
Let me tell you a story.
My God, he is so annoying. He's bitching to me about his problems. It's like, I can't figure shit out, Bruce. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, man.
He's like, I was born in the USA, but I feel like I'm living in Taiwan. I didn't know what he meant by that.
So I wrote a little song.
Called Thunder Road.
Oh, shit.
Anyways. But no, to kind of answer that, he left his practice because he had an aggressive form of cancer.
Oh.
So like what he would do is he would work like Tuesday through like Friday, and then he would go to New York for treatment, and then come back on like, Sunday or Monday, and then he would just resume the practice, wash, rinse, repeat. Mm-hmm. His cancer went into remission, came back, it was more aggressive. So he's just like, look, I'm moving down to Georgia, for my wife, for her to be closer to her family. And he's like, I'm just closing up I'm just closing up shop. I'm just ripping off the fucking Band-Aid. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, man, I get it.
Yeah.
But what he said, he's like, because like back in those, like this was like kind of after college-ish, a little bit more. He's like, you know what I want you to do? He's like, I want you to kind of change up your strategy a little bit. He's like, picture it as baseball. He's like, you're going up to the plate every time you're trying to hit a home run. He's like, try not to do that. He's like, try and get a single. Try and get a double. He's like, try and get a sacrifice fly.
Yeah.
He's like, just make contact with the ball and then worry about where you're going with after that.
Exactly. I don't know if you saw one of my more recent Facebook posts, and I'm not a religious person. I know you're certainly not a religious person, but I've been really into St. Francis of Assisi lately, and one of his quotes actually is start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and soon enough you're doing the impossible. And that's, I think, a good attitude to have about anything. Is first do what you absolutely have to do to survive, and then do what you think you can do, and then just keep building on it and building on it and building on it, and eventually, and again, whether you're religious or not, I think that's advice that anybody can live by, Because I like I said, I don't identify as religious still, but when I see a source that's good and resonates with me, then it resonates with me,
No, and I think that was one of the things that kind of like cemented our friendship, was like neither one of us was religious. Like I was just more like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about that. And you're just like, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, well, I mean, I sort of evolved over time where like, I used to be pretty religious as a kid, like a pretty devout Catholic. I was raised in a Catholic family. And then over time, as I went through like 7 fucking years of Catholic school, it just got like so like almost too much information, and I was just like, I was doubting it, and then I was like, no, fuck this, I'm an atheist. But then over time I came to be more like an agnostic, and the way I would treat it now is I would say I'm still agnostic. I don't believe that there's a God. If you put a gun to my head and was like, does God exist, I'd be like, no, probably not. I don't believe that he does. But the way I view it now is, even though I don't necessarily believe in a God, I think it behooves me to respect the possibility of there being one. So that's not to say that I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to church and I'm going to pray and all this shit. But at the same time, I try to be respectful of the possibility of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not like, fuck you about it anymore. Whereas I used to be, when I was young and naive, I was very much like, fuck you. So.
I was going to say, So you were kind of religious, and then you saw Dogma.
Kinda. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, not too far off. But no, honestly, I think 7 years of any kind of education will make you question shit, right? I mean, sometimes the more you learn about stuff, the more it deepens how you feel about it, and sometimes the more you learn about shit, like maybe the more you learn about me, the more you'll be like, fuck, like no thanks. But that's just how it is. Sometimes you get closer to stuff, and sometimes you move away from it the more you know about it. And I moved further away from it.
No, I was never a religious person. Like, even when I was a kid, my parents were like, look, you know, if you guys don't want to go to church, fucking just say the word. You know, you kids are mature enough to make that choice. And we're just like, well, fuck, we just want to watch wrestling and Saturday morning cartoons.
Why would we go to church if there's wrestling? Fuck that.
Yeah. Do you guys not want to watch Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect tangle up here?
Seriously. That is church, my friend.
Yeah. Like, we now read from the book of Hitman.
And the Lord said, the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever shall be. Amen.
And yay, the Hitman applied the sharpshooter.
And there was much tapping.
And yay, Jake the Snake submitted.
But woe to he who did a run-in.
But none the wiser. His backstabbing brother Owen. And the hitman looked at his apostles, known as the Heart Foundation. He said, one of you will betray me.
Oh, shit.
I know which one's going to be.
Hey, I got an idea. Oh, man.
What if?
By the way, I recently I kind of decluttered my little section of the bedroom recently, and I found, because for a long time that photo that Liz had nicely like hung up for me or whatever of the autographed copy of Brett's picture that I took.
Yes.
I couldn't find it for the longest time. I finally found it, and I hung it back up, so now it's back where it belongs on my wall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Man.
Yeah, I was so happy to find it because I was like, "Fuck, what happened?"
Dude, I still have that video of your reaction from that, man. That was awesome.
Dude, that was awesome. I'll never forget that shit, dude. Never.
Just your eyes just bugging out like, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
seriously.
No, I Liz sneaked the bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, that was like the cherry on top, was like that you guys had that photo. I was just like, what?
I think that might have been Liz's idea, like get the picture though. Because I was like, dude, we should get let's sneak Bruce into Comic-Con, you know, get him to meet fucking Bret Hart. This is gonna be awesome. Sir was just like, hey, did he ever tell you about that picture that he has of Bret? I was like, oh fuck. We should sneak that down too. Get that signed. Fuck. Yes.
And it's not hard to sneak shit past me. As you saw.
Oh yeah, Bruce. I just need your help moving some stuff around. By the way, we're going up to Providence for breakfast.
Okay.
By the way, we're gonna wait in this really long line. I think it's just down there. I don't know.
These must be some good waffles, Andy. Like, you fucking, god damn it. He's so, Liz, how do you do it? He's so stupid. Like, look at him. Look how stupid he is. Why? You deserve so much better than this.
Just shaking her head like, I know.
I know. We're getting help.
Yeah, like we're doing the best we can.
And you're like, Liz, sometimes there are no solutions.
That was a good time though, man. Like,
that
just
was.
The shock of your face is going like as soon as I pointed out Brett, or they're like, no, we're here for you to meet him, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, I'm surprised I did not need new pants.
I thought it was great too. Like, he talked to you for a little bit, man. It was like telling you, like, just talking to you for a bit, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, although I was such an idiot because I was like kind of on the spot, so I gave him the wrong information. Like, he asked me where the photo was. I was like, oh, it's the Boston Garden. It wasn't. It was like the little auditorium here and shit. But I was just like, oh, so like excited to meet him that I was just like, I practically forgot my name. Like,
We got you to mark out in front of Bret Hart. That was
fuck
awesome.
yeah, you did. Fuck yeah, you did. Hardcore. As a matter of fact, I've been meaning to go back and watch King of the Ring '93 because I watched a guy do like a review of that and a retrospective on it, and I'm like, yeah, I need to go back and watch that shit. That if you like Bret Hart, And that is like the perfect showcase of his matches. And the really crazy thing about it is that still to this day, no one knows why, but Pat Patterson told him you shouldn't win any of your matches with the sharpshooter. So he had to come up with an interesting way to finish all 3 of his matches. He didn't win a single one with the sharpshooter. And damn, they were all different matches, all incredible. And just like if you're a Bret Hart fan or a wrestling fan and you haven't seen King of the Ring 1993, go fucking check it out right now.
That's something I definitely need to check out. Actually, you know, I was watching the '97 Royal Rumble yesterday.
Yeah.
So I put it up on YouTube for free.
Yeah,
like,
I watched that too because of Stone Cold Day, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, these are a great Stone Cold moment, but like the second like you hear Brett's music come out and Austin's like,
Yeah. Yeah. I just loved Austin on the top rope with the.
It's like doing push-ups in the ring.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, so good. So good.
Oh,
I
man.
miss those days, man.
Yeah. That was back when wrestling was really awesome.
Yeah. Although honestly, I gotta say, and this is a bit of a tangent, but like I honestly feel like the biggest problem is the fans, because when I was a fan, like I will admit that I was a smark back then. I was in on it. I knew that it was shit, and not because someone told me that it was fake, but I knew. I could tell somehow. I don't know how I could tell, but I just knew that it was predetermined. But you know what? I did not let that get in my way of just accepting the match. And I wasn't sitting there being like, why isn't Brett winning? He deserves the title. He's been with the company for 20 years. And just fucking watch the match, shut up and enjoy the shit. And if you don't like it, watch something else. Like, I really feel like a lot of the it's again, entitlement. Like, fuck you, just watch the match. Like,
yeah, like, you know, it's great to do like fantasy booking because, you know, yeah. I would have loved to have seen a match between like Bret Hart, for example, and like Daniel Bryan. That would be fucking amazing.
Oh,
like that would tear the house down.
I would like to see Bret versus CM Punk. Because when we saw CM Punk versus John Cena at that Night of Champions in 2012, that made me a fan of CM Punk as a worker. I mean, he's great on the mic, obviously, but I'd never really seen him wrestle. And when I watched that match like live, I was like, holy shit, this guy can go. So to see him against Bret would have been like, ah.
For me, like the dream match against like CM Punk would probably be Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to
see. I mean, I know he's a great, talented worker, but I always have distaste for Shawn Michaels just because of the Montreal thing and just because of the I lost my smile, which by the way I was there for, which I think I mentioned in a recent post.
Every time.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, I took a picture of myself outside of the building and posted it on Facebook. I was like, Shawn Michaels lost his smile here, but fuck him.
No, it's one of those things, like, just like their styles. Like, I would see those two go up against, like, if you were able to, like, put them together in their prime. Like, fuck yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, Shawn Michaels was capable of doing, like, Bret didn't do high-flying shit at all, you know? The most he would throw was, like, a drop kick at most, or go off the second rope with his elbow or whatever, but he was not doing planches and, you know, shit like that, whereas Michaels, like, he could almost do, like, the Randy Savage, like, elbow drop, and it looked phenomenal. But, like, so, yeah, it's just a matter of styles, and I mean, obviously, he was talented as shit, man.
I mean, here's another dream match that I would love to see. I would love to see, like, you know, again, this is all fantasy booking and shit. I would love to see fucking Kurt Angle against Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, Battle of the Kurts. Didn't they do that actually at TNA or something, or no?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I'd have to go back and check the history books because it's definitely possible. They definitely were in same companies at the same time a couple times. Because actually, Kurt Hennig is kind of responsible for the plane ride from hell.
Oh?
Yeah, he got into a wrestling match with Brock Lesnar on the plane and damn near took the plane down. And Undertaker had to intervene and be like, motherfuckers, like... You haven't heard the story of the plane ride from hell?
Like, I've heard about it. I've never heard anybody give, like, a detailed account about it.
Go. I'm sure someone somewhere did a full story
Jim
about
Ross,
it.
I'm sure it's done it.
Yeah, go check that out, man. It's... If you want to hear a hilarious but frightening story, check out the plane ride from hell. Yeah, all of the guys on that plane, pretty much like half or all of the WWF roster at the time, could have easily been dead because of Kurt Hennig. Because he was fighting like at the emergency door and damn near like flipped the switch. Because he was basically like, I can out wrestle Brock Lesnar. And Brock was like, oh yeah, fuck you, bring it on. He was like, okay.
And to be fair, Brock also said the same thing about Kurt Angle. And Kurt was just like, all right, let's go, bitch.
Yeah.
And Kurt took him down.
Oh, yeah, of course he would. Kurt won the fucking Olympics with a broken neck. I mean,
Yeah.
damn.
And, I mean, to be fair, yeah, Brock's not exactly a fucking slouch in the wrestling department. I mean, dude's a national champion. So,
Right.
Collegiate national champion, but still.
Yeah. True, yeah. Oh, don't sell yourself short, Brock. You're a tremendous slouch. No, I'm just kidding. I would never say that to his face.
No.
I would not have a face. It would look very moist.
No, like your face would be imprinted on the back of your skull, like one of those, like, you know, like one of those toys, like you press your hand into it and all this little needles.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh.
Liz just drags you away, like, come on, you idiot, come on.
You just had to fucking poke the Brock.
Like you had to do it. You're just walking away, like your face is just implanted in the back of your skull. You're just like, worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. We have to eat through a straw for the next 5 months, but it was worth it.
Worth it. Hope you're proud of yourself. Oh, sassafras.
You ain't too bright, are you? You finally got the seasoning, by the way, right?
Finally did, yeah.
Did you try it?
I did.
What'd you think?
Thought it was good. It was good. I don't think it really worked too well on my steak. Maybe it's like the way I cooked it or something like that. So I'm gonna try it on chicken next.
Right on. Yeah, it does have a bit of an interesting flavor to it that I'm not quite sure like what to put my finger like. I can't put my finger on what exactly it is, but it's got some sort of interesting thing there that I'm like, it's not bad, but it's just okay, that's different.
Yeah.
I usually put it on like my burgers and shit. Like I get like Impossible meat and I throw it on there and make up some burgers, and those are really good. Those are some good burgers, Andy.
Shut the fuck up, Bruce. You let me kill cows as I damn well please. Damn it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I kill cows too, man. I don't eat just Impossible burgers, sir. I eat my meats.
Goddamn cows, pal.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, man. I think that's gonna do it for us this week.
Yeah, it's been a long one. Holy shit! I just realized we've been going almost 2 hours, dude.
Yeah, almost. But
Whew. It hasn't felt like it. I'll tell you that.
But Bruce, you got anything to plug here?
I sure do. Yeah, actually, I got a couple things to plug. Well, first of all, I would say again, selfauthoring.com. Go check that out if you're feeling you're in need of some direction or some reflection or whatever. It helped me out personally immensely, so definitely give that a shake. And also check me out, bgguitar.wixsite.com. That's bgguitar.wixsite.com/home. You can find links to all my social stuff there as well, because I post pretty regularly on Facebook. I just started putting up videos on YouTube. I got a SoundCloud, and I'm going to be doing a podcast. So I'm a busy motherfucker in the background. And if you're interested in guitar lessons, I can do them over Zoom. So hit me up, man.
See, I would hit you up on that one. Here's my luck running true to form again.
Uh-oh.
So.
Oh, yeah, because you were mentioning
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to do this year was learn how to play guitar. I had my eye on this guitar. It was $300, but it was a an Ibanez PS60 Paul Stanley version, and beautiful fucking color. It's basically like an Ibanez Iceman with like this like sparkling silver color. Like, look fucking amazing. And I'm like, man, even if I don't learn how to play, like I could fucking hook this up on a wall, get it autographed and shit. Like that would look tits, dude. As soon as I get my fucking I got my stimulus check because I was waiting for that. I was like, all right, as soon as I get that, I'm gonna fucking order it. I get it, everywhere sold out.
Oh fuck, really?
Fuck, man, like every place it's on fucking back order. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. God damn it.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
They're like, oh, you can get the micro version. I'm like, I don't want the fucking micro version.
Oh, that's probably like the 3/4 length or whatever.
Yeah, it's
for like kids or something.
Yeah, it's like the kids version. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I?
Yeah.
I look like a fucking T-Rex playing a violin.
Seriously, yeah. It'd be like a chopstick in your hands or something. You'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be a good look.
It also just wouldn't be comfortable or really work out very well for you. So no, you definitely do not want a 3/4 length guitar, bro.
No, I really don't.
No.
So, still looking.
Cool. Well, good luck, man. Good luck finding one.
I may get the black version, but hey, either way, it will be mine.
Oh yes.
It will be mine.
My biggest advice when it comes to picking out a guitar, man, because you know there is always the question: do I get acoustic? Do I get electric? Do I get this, that? My big advice is pick a guitar that you'll play, whether it's acoustic or electric, whatever. Pick a guitar that you're gonna like look at it and be like, no, I want to play that. You're like, I don't want it to be in my closet. I want to be playing it, because that will inspire you to practice or to fuck around with it and to actually learn the instrument. Whereas if you just get any random Stratocaster just because you want to learn guitar, chances of you keeping it up are probably not as good. Whereas if you get, like, for example, this Paul Stanley model that you're like really hot to trot on, you're going to want to fucking play that thing. So that's my big advice, is pick something that you really want to play.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it costs like $300 too is also a motivator. It's like, well, this thing costs like $300. I don't want if I stop playing it for whatever reason, it's only because it's going to be autographed and mounted on a fucking wall.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Pete, he bought a Les Paul for like $600, and it's sitting in his closet because he had the best of intentions to learn how to play it. And I was like, dude, like you should have gone cheaper, bro. You just should have gone cheaper. The other thing I would say too is to get the guitar set up. And what that means is basically you take it into a shop and they adjust things like the pickup height. And the most critical thing that they adjust is the action, what's called the action, which is basically the distance between the strings and the fretboard, which makes it more or less difficult for you to fret it. Typically, they lower the action because often when they ship a guitar, they ship it with very, very high action, or not very high, but higher action than is usually comfortable. So even an electric guitar might be a little uncomfortable to play. So I would say reserve some of your budget if you can. It usually costs about $100-$120. Bring it to a shop, let it get, officially like properly set up. Or if you want, dude, I'd be willing to, because I know how to do it myself. I set up, with the exception of my Jag Stang, which is a pain in the ass because it has a floating tremolo, but your guitar wouldn't. I do my setups myself. I even did it on my acoustic. So I'm happy to do it for you for free. But I think that goes a long way for playability, and that's going to go a long way for making you want to play it too.
Well, fucking A. As soon as I get this guitar, I'm coming up to see you.
Fucking A, dude.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Also, just want to plug the app, One Giant Mind. I'll plug that one more time. You can download it. I believe it's free. It hasn't charged me anything yet, so taking a look more into that. But meditation and mental health is very, very key.
Yes. You have to take care of yourself because nobody else will, really. I mean, yes, you're going to find people in your life who do take care of you, but at the end of the day, really, who's going to take the best care of you? You.
Yeah, it's like you are your own biggest investment. It's not your car, it's not your house, because without you, those things, they don't mean shit.
Right.
Yeah, so that, and just go listen to Michael Rosenbaum's interview with Zach Levi. He's done like 3 of them, and Zach Levi talks about his mental health journey and whatnot, and it's fucking amazing. Like where he started, where he, how he continued that, and basically like the one big thing that I took away from like his last appearance was that it's not, don't look at it as like a never-ending battle. Like it's never-ending maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it as a battle, like you're going to feel defeated all the time, but it's like, okay, it's maintenance. I got to keep everything tuned up.
Yeah, it's all in how you frame it in your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. So with that said, this has been Let Us Cast. I'm Andrew. With me as always again is Bruce.
Hey.
And we will catch you cats next week, hopefully without some fucking tech issues.
Without the 15-minute intro.
Yeah.
And stay tuned because there should be more Customer Suck coming soon for people who watched and enjoyed that. We've got plenty. I've got plenty planned. I'm sure you can come up with plenty. So there will be more of those for sure.
Again, I'm going to send you some stuff. It's going to be like, dude, is everything okay at home?
Like, you are back at therapy, right?
It's like, this is my therapy. Leave me alone.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody. Peace.